I shoot down the stars, collect them in jars. I shoot for the moon, I won't be home soon. There's monsters at home.
The boat we're going out on today is a Stabby Craft 2050 Supercab. Probably one of the best long-range game fishing tourers. It's the big little boat. Can you smell that? The barrels are on and my ride's here, so let's go.
The colors won't flow. There's something creeping beneath my sleeping. There's monsters at home. I feel so alone. I'm lost out in space while standing in place. There's monsters at home.
We're off Apollo Bay, about 80 metres of water. There's birds, there's dolphins, there's bait spraying all over the place. And we hooked up on this fish and he took about 600 metres of line on 37 kilo in the first run. And now we are hooked up. Yeah, he's right under us.
Go left, forward. Left and forward. Quick, left and forward.
Alright, well, we're licking our wounds today. As you saw, we were out fishing yesterday, hooked a beauty of a barrel, and today, well, everything started out beautifully. The fish took the 80 wide. It's like the dream come true, 37 kilo line. We thought, this is it, we've got this fish in the boat. Emptied about 600 metres of line straight away, and we knew it was going to be a good fish. After about half an hour fighting the fish, it started to charge the boat a lot. And a couple of driver switches later and a bit of lack of communication, the fish actually charged the boat, ran around the back and ended up getting cut off on the propeller, which is the worst nightmare for any fishers because it's so easily prevented. If we did all over again, I think we just needed better communication. That's what it all came down to. You never want to lose a fish in the way that we did yesterday. When we think tuna, we usually think long slogs, deep water. I mean, we were fishing at 70 metres of water yesterday, and this fish fought more like a marlin than a bluefin, it really did. It was around the boat, all zipping around the place. We had no chance. Anyone that's ever lost a barrel, this fish yesterday I reckon would have been 120, my biggest ever fish. My heart goes out to you. Barrels, come on. People hooked up all day, all around us. We didn't get a touch. So now we're probably going to sleep in the car, drive 4 hours and try somewhere else. It's the last ditch attempt. Broken there. We've been doing this for like 4 days, 5 days. We've probably watched lures for 60 hours. And we've had one fish and we lost it. And just makes it all even worse. So we've been on the hunt for barrels for about 3 days now and still no luck, but we've just found a bloke that's managed to do it. And what's your name and what's sitting at our feet here?
Yeah, my name's Andrew Westlake, and we managed to get one yesterday, first time on a barrel, and yesterday off Port Fairy. We managed one 114 kilos, so yeah, big smile today, bit sore but absolutely stoked.
Well, I hear it was a pretty long fight. What are we talking?
Yeah, we got it mid-morning, hooked up, and it went on, and it was 7.5 hours, 24 kilo gear, and I'll give it everything I could, but it just wasn't coming to us, so it was a big day.
We hooked our fish on a similar sort of lure to that, and it was our last one.
Yeah.
We've been to every single tackle shop in the west coast of Victoria and can't find any more. How much for your lure?
Well, how about I lend it to you?
Mate,
Come up home after we finish this, and I'll give you the bag of the cool lures that Peter rigged for me just a week ago, and you can mail them back to me when you're done.
you've got a deal, mate. I won't say no to that.
Cheers, no worries.
We hatched the perfect plan, but the problem was we only had a half day to pull it off. So it was a Saturday in Apollo Bay, and we knew the line at the ramp was going to be huge. So we decided we're going to be the first boat out. We launched at 4 a.m. and motored about 60 kilometres in pitch black. As the sun came up, we landed at the spot we wanted to fish, and there was bait everywhere, right up high in the top 5 metres of the water column, so it was looking really good. Then a couple of minutes later, dolphins started appearing, birds smashing bait, it was all happening. Then the short corner went off on a blue and purple Bakula lure, and that was it. We locked in for the fight. So we've had some bloody hard days, like 50 hours of trolling for absolutely nothing. It's our last day today before we have to go home, and we decided we're just going to come out at 4 o'clock in the morning. We're going to beat all the boats out here, and as soon as we got here there was bait everywhere, birds, dolphins. It took probably about 15 minutes before we hooked up on the short corner, and it's a really weird takey. Didn't take much line in the first run and sort of sat there in the water, and we weren't really sure what it was, but the fight's probably been going for over half an hour now, and he's playing up a bit around the boat, so
It's 1 hour, how does it feel?
starting to build up a sweat. We had a couple of good looks at him, and he came up and hit the surface. It's definitely a tuna, which is a relief because of how weird he was fighting at the start. But I reckon we're in the final stages. Fingers crossed. Hold on. Come towards us. Been working so hard and pulled the hooks after about an hour and a half. He came up on the surface, changed directions, and the hook's obviously gone out the other side, and we pulled the hooks. So devastating. We were so close. Somewhere behind me in Bass Strait are 2 huge southern bluefin tuna. One has a very sore lip, and the other has a Bakula, an evil angel, hanging out of the side of its mouth. Now we do have to give a special thanks to a bloke called Harry, who fishes on Triple H. He told us we were actually trolling a little bit too fast and to drop the speed back. And he also said your short corner lure is your prime position, and we really should have that a little bit further out with the blue and purple lure, which we put there. And 10 minutes in after taking his advice, we hooked up. So what do I take away from this trip? It's hard to tell right now. I'm still in the denial stage of it all, but we met some great people and learned a lot of lessons about fishing in this part of the world. We met Andrew, we met Harry, and we saw some incredible things as well. We saw the wild west coast of Victoria, Apollo Bay and its green hills. We saw some amazing nature as well, whales, dolphins, birds, seals. I think I'm just going to have to come back and catch one of these barrels.